My name is Deane McKinney Moore. I am one of the singing McKinney sisters who worked with Bob Wills between the years of 1946 and 48, 49, somewhere in through there. I've heard so many good stories here today, I don't think I can top most of them. But the way I met Bob Wills, my sister and I were on the radio in Birmingham, Alabama, and Bob and the group were coming through Birmingham, and our radio station wanted him to hear my sister and I sing. So an interview performance was set up, and we went through it, and afterwards we chatted with Bob, and he said, "That was great, girls, and I'm expecting to start a network show pretty soon on ABC. If that comes through, I'll call you." We thought, sure you will, you know. Don't call me, I'll call you. But he did call us in a few months, and we came to California, and it opened up a brand new world for us. We did a movie short for Universal with Bob. We recorded, we toured, and did all the, well, not all the things the guys did, but we had a great time. And one of the fellows wanted me to tell you the story of when we had stopped somewhere out in West Texas to have a bite to eat in the wee hours of the morning, and the cardinal rule was that the girls didn't get off the bus without letting the guys know. Well, we were asleep when they stopped, so I woke up, everybody was gone. I thought, well, I'll just go in too, so I went in, went to the restroom. While I was gone, they didn't miss me because they didn't know I was gone. And they drove about 25 miles on down the highway, and someone said, "Where's Deane?" Well, I guess pandemonium broke out on that bus because they didn't know when I had gotten out, but they drove back to the restaurant, and when I was frantic. Can you imagine? Well, I was only 3 now when I joined Bob Wills, you understand. A little girl left in the middle of West Texas, all alone, could hardly speak that language, you know. They came back, pulled that bus in there, and it screeched to a stop. And at the time, we had a bouncer or bodyguard for Bob named Briggs. Briggs jumped off that bus, and he was a huge prize fighter. And he came running down there towards me, grabbed me, threw me over his knee, and he whacked me about 5 or 6 hard licks. And he set me back down on the ground. He said, "Young woman, don't you ever get off this bus again without letting me know where you're going." So that was one of my funniest stories.
Let me ask you, how was it traveling with a bunch of guys?
It was great. We were never treated more respectfully than we were with those boys. We never had any problem. My husband Tiny Moore and I met on that band, and were married. And for 1 whole year I called him brother, and he called me sister, because I'd never been around men folk too much before, reared with 4 girls. And it was a new feeling for me. I knew I had a special feeling for him, but I assumed that's what you felt for a brother. So anyway, but I must tell you, my sister and I also did lots of middle of the road and popular music. We worked with Ted Weems in Chicago for a while, and we had just come home from Chicago when we went to work with Bob. And Bob liked to introduce us by saying, "These are the McKinney sisters who got their basic training with Ted Weems. Now they're one of the Playboys."